J-Indy Intellect, Mr. J Indiana Jones with another video. Real quick. Control Freak. Go support Control Freak. A little t-shirt from Control Freak. My boy Mac Main doing this thing. Y'all could go support. Just look up Control Freak. CONTROLFREAK if you want to check out some gear. But not really on here to advertise today. What I want to talk about, I'm going to need more than one video for. And it's about the diet. Today, we're going to talk about sugar. Sugar will be the topic of the day. I've been trying to learn about it. You know, I'm a vegetarian myself. I don't do any meat, but I do still consume sugar, you know. So I'm trying to learn how to get away from sugar. And the first thing I wanted to do was learn, so what is sugar? We need to know what sugar is. If it's something you want to stop, you need to know what it is. Like, that's how I feel about it. You need to master it. You got to master it. So the teachings of sugar is what we're going to get into. So here we go. Sugar is the generic name for sweet tasting soluble carbohydrates, many of which sugars are called monosaccharides and include glucose, also known as dextrose, fructose, and galactose. So then we get into monosaccharides. So fructose would be one of the monosaccharides, and that is a fruit sugar that occurs naturally in fruit. It also occurs naturally in some root vegetables, and in cane sugar, and in honey. And it is the sweetest of all the sugars. That would be fructose. It also has a component of sucrose or table sugar. It is used as high fructose corn syrup. Then you got galactose. Galactose generally does not occur in the free state, but is a constituent with a glucose of a disaccharide, lactose, or milk sugar. It is less sweet than glucose. That got a little confusing. Let's do that again. So galactose, it generally does not occur in the free state, but is a constituent with glucose, and that is one of the disaccharides. And lactose or milk or sugar, which is the same thing, a disaccharide. Lactose and milk from sugar, the sugar that comes from milk, and it is less sweet than glucose. Then we get to talking about glucose. Glucose is also known as dextrose or grape sugar. So glucose is sugar grapes. It occurs naturally in fruits and plant juices and is the primary product of photosynthesis. Most ingested carbohydrates are converted into glucose during digestion, and it is the form of sugar that is transported around the bodies of animals in the bloodstream. And disaccharide is the compound sugars that are formed by the combo of two monosaccharide molecules with the exclusion of a molecule of water. So at first I just gave y'all the monosaccharides. That was fructose, galactose, and glucose. And now we on the disaccharides, which is lactose, maltose, and sucrose. So natural occurring sugar found in milk. A molecule of lactose is formed by the combination of a molecule of galactose with a molecule of glucose. Maltose, formed during the germination of certain grains, the most notable being barley, which is converted into malt. A molecule of maltose is formed by the combination of two molecules of glucose, and it is less sweetened than glucose, fructose, or sucrose. Sucrose. Sucrose is found in the stems of sugarcane and in roots of sugar beet. It occurs naturally alongside fructose and glucose in other plants, particular fruit, and root being one of the main roots that they're found in. And the combination of molecule of glucose with a molecule of fructose is how you get sucrose, which is a disaccharide. So then, those are like the little definitions for sugar. Those are definitions we get from sugar. As in the monosaccharides and the disaccharides is 3 apiece. 3 of them are just like regular sugar, just come from this, come from that. Then you use those and you convert them disaccharide, which is a different form of sugar, a creative version of sugar from the original. So then I started thinking, okay, that's teaching me what sugar. So now, what is this thing with sugar been bad to the human body? So I had to start trying to figure out, so what's wrong with sugar? So I typed in, what does sugar do to the body? And it gave me this. It said, abundance of added sugar may cause your liver to become resistant to insulin, an important hormone that helps turn sugar in your bloodstream into energy. This means your body isn't able to control your blood sugar levels as well, which can lead to type 2 diabetes. So I'm scrolling down that page and clicking on the little quick links. They, ask a quick question dealing with the question I asked and hit answers to them when you click the link. So clicking links, here go answers I was receiving. One of them said, researchers found unhealthy levels of fat in blood and livers of men who ate a high sugar diet, which may increase the risk of heart disease. Another one said, consuming too much added sugar increases heart disease risk factors such as obesity, high blood pressure, and inflammation. Inflammation, so that hit home with me when I seen inflammation, because, since I'm already learned a lot about mucus, and I try to definitely stay away from mucus, and I know mucus is tied in with dairy. It only makes sense for some of the sugar to be from dairy, like sucrose and lactose and maltose. So that kind of goes hand in hand with that. So then me knowing like, oh, okay, inflammation, that's coming from acid. That acid is creating that inflammation. So I'm like, oh, okay. And then mucus travel through the inflammation. So these going hand in hand. I'm like, oh, okay, it makes now. Let me keep going though. I ain't gonna talk about inflammation on this one. See, I have to do another video to bring that up. So that'll be the sugar part 2. But right now, the sugar part 1, another thing I get to add on here is it does need carbohydrates, which are broken down into sugar in your body. This sugar is essential for your body to create energy to survive. However, it is not necessary to include sugary foods or added sugars in the diet in order for your body to make energy. And according to American Heart Association, the maximum amount of added sugar consumed will be 150 calories per day. And that's 37.5 grams or 9 teaspoons. And for women, that's 100 calories a day and 25 grams or 6 teaspoons. So that's how much sugar we should be consuming a day, period. You shouldn't be going over that amount. And for me, like, I don't think you should even be putting 37.5 grams of sugar in your body a day. Hell, if you could do 0 a day, I think that's much and most needed, especially for most people, because most people is doing more than 37.5 grams a day. So now you got an overload amount of sugar in your body. You got to get that sugar out of you. You got to detox yourself and get that sugar out. The sugar suck up water. Pour some water and some sugar and see what happens. It sucks it up. So too much sugar can suck all that water. If you don't put that much water into your body, suck it all up, now you dehydrated. This is a whole nother case of problems right there. But yeah, this is J-Indy talking about sugar part 1. We're going to get deep into the sugar. We're going to have conversations about the sugar. I might make 2 more, maybe. I'm going to make as many more videos about sugar that I need to when I learn more information about sugar. When I get the time, I'm going to put it out. But I know for sure the next one dealing with the sugar, we're going to break down the different foods and how much sugar that these certain foods and drinks have in them. We're also going to get into more into how the sugar mess with certain body parts, and we're gonna see how your body function, like how certain body parts function and what they need to function, and we're gonna see how sugar plays a role in that malfunction in those certain body parts that we have. So we're gonna get deep into that sugar on the part 2 of that. But this your boy checking out J Indiana Jones. Hit the like button, dislike button, drop a comment below, subscribe, and deuces. I mean, peace and love to you.